Welcome to Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. If you are a political nerd like I am, you want to stay tuned to this episode of our program because this roller coaster ride of the newly elected member of the San Gabriel City Council is like none other. Her name is Denise Menchaca. Congratulations. That's the punchline. Congratulations. You're on the San Gabriel City Council.
And a happy ending.
And a happy ending. But let's go back to 2015.
Okay.
When you ran for the first time for the San Gabriel City Council. You had been a school board member.
Yes, for 8 years.
For 8 years. And so what happened in the 2015 election?
Well, when the final tally took place.
Oh, the final tally.
Finally,
not recount.
Yeah, not the recount. The final tally, we were exactly tied, the incumbent and myself.
So there were 2 seats up.
2 seats up. The first place, it's at large. One of the incumbents, it was very decisive, so we moved on. But it was the second seat.
How many were running?
Just 3 at the time.
Okay, so 3 of you are running, and so you're fighting for second place with an incumbent.
Yes.
Election day?
No, I was behind election day, but after.
The final tied.
Tied. Exactly tied.
So what happens when there's a tie?
Well, the options are you flip a coin, like Temple City did 5 years ago. And you can draw straws. I mean, just random kind of acts that actually have taken place.
Right.
And so, as a community, we actually had, I guess it was like a petition of both sides, supporters on both sides that said, we can't allow that to happen. We need to do a recount.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll decide. Well, now we decide we'll go ahead and follow what
so
needs to be done.
The recount takes place, and what happened?
City. And 2 votes appeared.
Appeared.
I don't know how to say it, but appeared for the other candidate, for the incumbent.
Right.
So I lost by 2 votes.
So what would have happened if it remained a tie? We don't know.
Well, we probably would have had to do the flip of the coin because that's what the law says.
But Denise Menchaca is forever perseverant.
Resilient.
And you decided to run again.
Yes, I
in
did.
2017. In this instance, 3 seats, 7 candidates, 2 incumbents are running, so there's a 3rd seat that's open. I mean, the incumbents could have lost.
Yes.
But
there's a tremendous advantage.
But you're fighting for that 3rd seat.
Yes.
Give you a bit of the punchline. The 2 incumbents successful.
Very successful.
So now we're looking at the 3rd seat. And on election day, Denise Menchaca comes in what?
4th place.
4th place. By 23 votes.
Yes.
So we know it's close, but we also know that there are a lot of ballots outstanding.
Yes. So we had about 1,700 ballots counted election night.
Okay.
By the end, which was a month later, we had about 4,100 ballots.
So you knew that election night was not dispositive.
Yes.
Then we have a vote count 3 days later, and Denise Menchaca is in.
I'm still in 4th place. Yes.
But you're down by 53 votes. So that must have spooked you.
Well, it did and it didn't because I knew there was a lot more coming.
Right.
And so it was really 1 week later we had about almost 900 votes that were counted, and I knew that would be the turning point. And what was interesting, too, is election night, the person who was 3rd moved up to 2nd. That was the incumbent. And the person who was 2nd was down to 3rd. So it was really the 3rd place and myself. I knew that was the battle because the other candidates, they were so down.
Right. So top 2 looked solid. 5, 6, and 7 looked like they were out.
Yeah,
so again, we're battling for 3rd and 4th. And the person that you were battling with had been on the city council.
Yes, he wasn't reelected for 4 years ago, but he had name ID.
Sure.
And there was a tremendous amount of money that he had spent. And there was a lot of what we call dark money. Suddenly, these new PACs that appeared and were really pounding on myself and the 2 incumbents. So the 2 incumbents, because of being incumbents, were kind of freed from all that. But, they went after me pretty hard.
A week later, so it's 4 days after the 2nd count, a week after Election Day, Denise Menchaca is in
3rd place.
So you leapt ahead by a whopping 11 votes.
Yes.
Then there's another count 3 days after that, and you lost a little ground.
Just a little ground.
You're now ahead by 7 votes.
Is it 7 or
Yeah.
11? Oh,
It
11,
was
you're right. Then 7, yes.
7 votes. Then the final count.
The recount.
No, but I'm now I'm at the final count
Okay.
on March 20th, and you're up by 8.
8 votes, yeah.
Okay, 8 votes. I mean, I can't take it. And the funny thing is, I'm that nerd who was following your race because I remembered you from 2015, and I just thought, oh,
Well, there's
she's
a lot of people
I
like
know.
you. A lot
Isn't
of
that
people.
Crazy. You probably didn't even know I was following your race.
I know. I've had so many phone calls with people that
Right.
said they were, really just cheering for me and praying and
Right.
everything you can imagine.
So when you're up by 8 votes, given the total universe, that means you're up by 0.08%. And so I could understand that the person who came in fourth was interested in doing a recount. I mean, look what happened.
It made sense.
Yeah, I mean, did you fault him?
Nope.
Nope.
Not. They had every right.
What's interesting, though, is there was a cost differential from 2015.
Yes,
Tell
there
us
was.
about that, Denise.
So the city council decided to save money, like many other cities
Right.
have done, and allow LA County to take over the election
In 2017.
in 2017.
So what did that mean when a recount was then
Yes.
part of the calculation?
So now the recount costs $5,000 per day,
And so
and that cost is paid by the person who requests the recount.
wow.
So he paid $10,000.
It took 2 days.
2 days.
Were you there?
No.
Did you have a representative there?
Oh, you bet.
But let me ask you, I want to ask this, why weren't you there?
Well, I had a family illness.
Okay.
My aunt was.
Okay,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
And I understand that, but I think it's fair to say usually the candidate's not there. I mean,
Well, I was advised initially not to be there. There was no
Because?
reason to be there.
Okay.
For a variety of reasons, but I
Right.
did have legal counsel, and they said,
Right.
no need to be there. We'll take care of it. And then I had a family emergency.
so it wound up in the
it
end.
worked out. It worked itself
okay,
out.
so the recount happens. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. On April 3rd, 2017, not long ago.
The day before the swearing in.
Oh, come on.
The swearing in was April 4th.
And Denise Menchaca wins by.
5 votes.
So the 4th place finisher did gain 3.
Yes, he did.
That's
Cost him $10,000. I hope he thinks it was worth
But
it.
still, that's spooky. I mean, 3 votes.
I
mean,
know. It was a real roller coaster, and I just had again so many friends and family just supporting me,
How did
lifting
you
my
find
spirits.
out that you won?
Well, that was the day my phone was not working.
Of course, of course.
And, I tried to answer, and the touch tone wasn't working, and my attorney just texted me and said, you won.
You won.
And that's how I found out. And so, I have a landline still.
Right, me too.
And I said, I kept calling
right.
him, and he goes, you won.
Talk to us about this ride, this journey.
Wow, it was amazing. I just sat there. It's like, it's kind of a hopefully once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
it's actually twice for me.
You. It's twice. So you're there.
I'm there.
You've
Yeah.
been at meetings.
Well, we had the swearing in the
Okay.
very next day.
Right.
I'll have my full
Yeah,
meeting
coming up. Right.
next Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and
I am really happy for you.
Thank you.
What an amazing journey, and most importantly, thank you for sharing it with us, because for nerds like us, this is gold.
It's cool. Well,
this is gold.
my campaign manager says he's worked on hundreds of campaigns and he's never seen anything like this back to back. Maybe
twice.
once,
Right.
but twice in 2 years.
She is Denise Menchaca. She is finally a member of the San Gabriel City Council. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Local Edition.